Good morning and welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. Happy Wednesday. Glad we're all here together. We'll give it a minute for people to pop in. But me and my tripod are having a go around here. It's deciding it wants to tip forward, which is not a useful thing. So, if I suddenly lunge for the camera, you'll know why. So, today is supposed to be hot here. 84 degrees. 84 degrees. That's not my favorite weather, but since I'll probably be... Good morning, Gwen. You're the first one popping on today. Glad to have you here. Since I'll probably be spending a fair amount of the day in the hospital, I guess if it's hot outside, I just have to do the transition thing. Good morning, Barb. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Glad everybody's starting to roll in. This is good. And I keep noticing I tip my chin up and get the glare, so I'm trying to keep my chin down. We have another card from the Allowing Prayers deck, and I love this deck because it really moves past the surface, the superficial ways we can look at things, and calls for us to pay attention more deeply, which I like. I'll do about 2 minutes of how's the weather, and then it's how are you? And I mean deeply, how are you? So, Allowing Prayers deck, 57 invitations to spark a conversation with your soul. That's a deep level, correct? So, let us start with some tapping and some breath. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. Glad you're here. A little bit of tapping. You can pick your spot. I happen to like this one. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good morning, Joe Neal. I saw you posted a hot mess thing, so I'll have to go back and see if I can hunt that up and watch it. In through the nose, out through the mouth, or if you want to put a link in my feed, that'd be fabulous too. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I love the little swirly star in the hearts. Thank you, Nancy. Some fun, positive energy today. One more time. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Settling into right here, right now. Good morning, Angie. Glad you're here. We just did a little bit of tapping and breath, so if you want to go ahead and do that and catch yourself up, that would be fabulous. So, where to even begin today? Here we are at Hump Day, and so where things stand with my dad, I'll give you a quick little update on him. Good morning, Mel. Welcome, welcome. He's probably going to be in the hospital for another day or two as they watch one or two particular things, and then likely to a rehab facility for a period of time to get stronger. Yesterday he did do the little stairs that they have for practice and walked back to the room, but by then he was a little first cataract out. Clear vision. Clear vision is a good thing. Yes. I think I had mine done maybe 10 years ago. I think I was around 50. Because apparently there are two different kinds of cataracts. There are the ones that develop from exposure to the sun, etc. And there are ones that are more genetically based. And they tend to come on earlier. And so that's what I had. But I didn't think the surgery was bad at all. One week, 2 weeks later, done. So, but I had a fabulous surgeon. He was amazing. Dr. Kim. I don't even know if he's still in practice anymore, but he was wonderful. So, our card for today. I really, really like our card for today. First, I want to show you the back, just because it's a happy little card. A la Bob Ross. A happy little card. And our card for today is Allow Integrity. Allow integrity. So, 2 questions for you to consider, and if some of you wouldn't mind putting it in the feed, I'd greatly appreciate it. So the first one is, where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else? Where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else? Good morning, Beth. Welcome, welcome. There's a circumstance unfolding in my life right now where there's someone in the position of realizing that if she continues the way she is, she will be compromising herself. And so trying to have conversations with her partner, trying to take a look at what do I really want in life? How do I dovetail that with a partner who may want different things? All the stuff. Where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else? I'll give you an example. I'll give you a key word that probably lets you know you're setting yourself up. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate it. To put yourself in a compromising position such as this. If you find yourself repeatedly saying the word whatever, you are probably on the cusp of making some kind of a compromise that may not be in your highest and best good. A way to counter that is focus on the word and. Instead of either or, either we do it my way or we do it your way. And there's a different connotation to compromise that might happen in that way. Compromising ourselves the way the sentence is asking us, where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else, is looking at when we're doing it to our own detriment, when we're putting aside our own needs, wants, focus, beliefs, etc., and caving into someone else's. A different connotation to compromise can be, here are the things I need and want. I want to hear the things that you need and want. Let's work together to come up with a way for an and. How do we compromise? How do we create a circumstance that accommodates both? So I'll give you, for instance, if one person is a vagabond and loves to travel and loves to see new things, etc., and the other person is a homebody and loves having the cozy comfort of home, blah, 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 there can be a variety of ways to compromise. Each person can be willing to enter the other person's world for periods of time. Doesn't mean you're going to stay there 24/7, 365, because that wouldn't be honoring yourself. That would be the negative form of compromise. But it could be, I'm willing to do this for a month, and then we can swap and do it the other way for a month. It could be, we have separate places to live geared toward our ways of being, and I'm going to go travel. If I'm the one who has the wanderlust, I'm going to go travel. And maybe I have traveling buddies who I go traveling with, and you stay in the comfort of your cozy home, and I'll send you postcards, or I'll call you every day, or we'll find a way to make this work, but we're going to accommodate each way of being. And again, the person who loves the cozy home may be willing to go on a long weekend somewhere to see something, but they're not going to be the 2 weeks in Europe kind of person. Finding ways to accommodate, and ways of accommodating that meet the needs of the people involved. We can all step out of our comfort zone a little bit and do some of the things that meet the needs of others. But we want to very carefully watch the slippery slope of, now I'm way into your world and denying mine. That tends not to work. Okay, so that's our first question. Where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else? Here's the second one. What small step can you take to stand up for your needs, wants, and desires in a manner that serves you? In a manner that serves you. And hopefully, and for a lot of us it may not be the case, but hopefully this is a newer kind of a development so that you haven't built up a whole pocket of resentment that threatens to come flying out of your mouth as you attempt to stand up for your needs, wants, and desires. If you can do it in a way that comes across as, look, I have the need to travel. I know you don't. I understand that that isn't interesting to you, but I have the need to travel. So I'm going to be setting up some trips, And if you'd like to go with me on some of them, that's fabulous. If not, I certainly can find some friends who are willing to travel. Give me your opinion. Let's have a conversation about this. And if you can do it with this tone, it means you haven't let this thing fester way too long. If you have let this thing fester way too long, see what you can do to let off some of the steam first. Maybe you journal it all out really angrily, tear up the paper, burn it, throw it to the heavens, whatever, and then write it in a way that is more consumable. You could give it to the person. You could read it to the person. I have something I'd like to read to you. I'd like you to just listen for understanding, and then I'm going to ask your opinion on it. On the front end, you're laying the groundwork for how you would like this to go. Get permission. Would that be okay with you? Sure, whatever. And then approach it. If it's not going well, you can say, I can see that this might lead to a fight, and I really don't want to have a fight, so I'd like to call a timeout, give you some time to think about this. When you're ready, come and find me and we'll have a conversation. It might be today, it might be tomorrow, it might be next week. I'd rather not go too much longer than that. Again, you've set a parameter. Allowing for that conversation to take place at a time when it's most likely to be effective. So that second question is, what small step can you take to stand up for your needs, wants, and desires in a manner that serves you? Now, if you have a highly resistant person that you're dealing with, you may need to take it a step further. Again, I understand that you don't like to travel. I love to travel. I'll earn the money on my own. I'll do an extra whatever, bringing in the money, and I am going to go. I'm going to go. Sometimes you need to set a boundary that's more firm. When the person then sees you go, you come back, you go, you come back, you go, you come back, and when you come back, you're in a far better mood because you've actually met some of your own needs, it may begin to be less of a problem for you to want to go, right? So put some things in the feed. If there's some things that you're thinking, yeah, but that won't work because of X, or in my circumstances, Y is operating and that's going to be a problem, or whatever the yeah buts are, put them in the feed. And over the next couple of days, I can come back and put some answers in there that might be helpful to you. But the front end is just answering the two questions. Where are you compromising yourself for someone or something else? And what small step can you take to stand up for your needs, wants, and desires in a manner that serves you? Lovely things to think about. So I hope you all have an awesome Wednesday. I don't even know what my Wednesday's going to hold. It's kind of a crapshoot day today at this point, but we'll see what unfolds. Remember, you're capable of far more than you think you are. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.